Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. You want to drop very recently, yesterday, the new issue of Doctor Who magazine, which has been in a bit of a strange state over the last year or so, because the current era of Doctor Who, not overly beloved by the people who, generally speaking, watch Doctor Who, which are people who, generally speaking, read Doctor Who magazine. The people who write Doctor Who magazine, they freaking love, they loved it, but not because it was good. They loved it because Jodie Whittaker has a vagina. Oh, greatest thing ever. And so they pretended it was great. But, you know, after a couple of years, it kind of got noticeable. They had an adversarial relationship with fandom, which, you know, half fandom stopped reading it. It was, it's a bit strange. And basically, we're at the point where they lost. You know, they like, you know, they weren't going to get a magazine supported if they focused on the current era of Doctor Who, and it just ignored all the you know, the real weirdness we've had going on within fandom and within the series, where the quality, I think, has by every metric dropped. Right, every observer. I mean, I think it's absolutely awful. I have very, you know, very good, very specific reasons for thinking nothing to. You always get weirdos in the comments. Always get who say, it's just because Jodie Whittaker's a girl. No, actually, I have somebody in the chat who thinks the Doctor is intrinsically a male character, and honestly, Jodie Whittaker is only convincing me that it is. But like, I was on board for it. But whatever. So now we're in a really weird time in that they brought Doctor Who back after it's been coming up for a couple of years. 18, 19 months? It's been a long time. It's been, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, so it's been 18 months. 18 months since it's been if you don't count. It's 18 months since Timeless Children. So, and it's come back and done something really strange. It's not been as awful as it was, right? There's still massive plot holes within it, right? Massive plot holes within it. But, you know, they've found a way of making it which you don't notice a lot of the problems. Unfortunately, one of the big problems is Jodie Whittaker, right? That's one of the major, in my opinion. If you like her, groovy, right? Groovy. I think she's very, very, very miscast in the role. So, you know, and Magic Kills, not that far behind. There's no polishing a turd, is the expression. So we're at an interesting point around. A lot of rumours have dropped on 4chan about where the season's going. One of them has been categorically disproved. Maybe. But now we're going to look at Doctor Who magazine. We're going to look at interviews with the production team, Matt Streven, Chris Chibnall, about where the season is going. What's happening now. And we're going to compare it with the rumours and try and work out a direction. I think, from what I'm gathering right now, it's about to go off the rails, just hugely, right? Just absolutely hugely. It's kind of what happens. You know, you have something come out and you go, it's okay, and then all of a sudden, blah, Game of Thrones, I was like that watching Last Jedi. I was like, what? I don't understand. Everything I'm watching makes me feel not good, but it's a Star Wars. I don't understand. Like, my brain couldn't comprehend it. So, but it's so if it does go off the rails, it fits a kind of normal pattern, doesn't it? So that's what we're going to be looking at today. Before we get into it, can you hit the like button? Can you hit the share button? And but mostly hit the subscribe button. That makes me very, very, very happy. And it's a little bit embarrassing to say that, but it does. It makes me very, 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 very happy. Also, thank you to everybody who's supported my Indiegogo. People are getting it now. I'll show you a few pictures. There's I do like the way they lay them all out. We got Jodie Whittaker here, confronted by attractive women being attractive and being a bit confused by it. You've got more prints over here. Oh, this was nice. I love the way this guy lays them all out. So I got a little bit of overstock. I'm trying to work out a way. I'm going to open up a store if anybody's interested in getting some. I love the male gaze cards, right? Mine hasn't arrived yet. I'm waiting for mine's coming with my daughter. She's in America right now. She'll be coming back on Thursday. But so yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'll do a boxing. And also my phone's coming, so I'm really quite chuffed about all of that. Fine, like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things are good. Let's have a look at Doctor Who magazine. So yeah, here's we have Sam Spruill playing in costume as the evil swarm. He's been fan-frickin-tastic in this series. He is like knocking it out the park. Great villain. Looks stupid as anything, but it's like he's just given such a good performance. He's overcoming that dire makeup. Like this Christian is very scared of things going in your face. That's like his worst thing ever. Right, so let's go look at this article. Where is it? We go. Now listen, this is from Doctor Who magazine. I recommend buying Doctor Who magazine if you really want to read it in full. I'm not reading the full thing. I don't want the copyright costs to come after me, even though it's not the full magazine. It's bits of it. But you don't really. but like, yeah, I'm just pulling out things. I'm not pulling things out, out of context. So let's start with saying so. We as of recording right now for posterity, we've seen part 1 and 2, the Halloween Apocalypse and the War of the Sontarans. Halloween Apocalypse was just like throwing everything out there. You go, did you do all these things? There are a lot of plot holes, but you didn't notice so much because it moved very fast, and it didn't have much Jodie Whittaker in, which really helped. Had a awful cliffhanger, right? A really awful cliffhanger because it relied on Jodie Whittaker. It was just a terrible. I always wondered what it would feel like. The end of the universe. It's kind of like Austin Powers writing. It's like, it's a man. It really was. It was embarrassing. But they just like throw a bunch of. Second episode was a kind of a story of the week. It had a beginning, middle, and end. It was really quite good. And lots of Sontarans. It focused a lot on John Bishop, character Dan, and had Dan's parents in, which was pretty much a rip-off of Bernard Cribbins and was it Jacqueline Hill? Is it? Oh, Jacqueline King. Jacqueline Hill's totally different from the Donna era, but it's not. It still worked, That little I think that worked. It's just when you got Whittaker or Chibnall with them plot holes you can fly a TARDIS through. They're not good. It's not good. So anyway, so chapter 1. So then they're talking about what's happened so far and where it's going. So this is Matt Stevens. Matt Stevens is an upper class twit. He is obviously gets on very well with Piers Wenger. They probably were in Eton together. One was the other's fag, I imagine. And of course, I'm referring to the traditional bullying, which goes on in public schools. Bullying and apparently sexual assault goes on in public schools. There you go. Public schools, if you're American, that's a posh school that the public can't go to. I know it's strange, but that's the way we do it in England. Chapter 1 was all about setting up the stories, it says executive producer Matt Streamer. I know, I'm sorry, I nearly forgot the streamer's voice, I apologise. Wow, chapter 2, for want of a better word, was the most traditional episode. Yeah, so that's what I think is happening, right? I think they're lulling you into a false sense of security. But again, I'm convinced at this point that there is some secret help going on. Like Moffat, Rusty Davis, there's some secret help going on. Because again, markedly better is still not good. But man, if he just hit the ground running like this in the first season 11. It would, and Jodie Whittaker, sat down and researched the character and was serious about playing the character and want to play it like a Teletubby. Everything could have been different. We could have been living in a much nicer world, a world where there wasn't this fraught tearing apart of fandom, which really was very horrible. Okay, well, chapter 2 was all about the most traditional episode in the series runs along as a bed. You have the glorious story of the week on top of it. Yeah, but as we go into the second movement of the series, I think movement is probably going to be word. It becomes much more multi-stranded. Well, we have seen that in all the. Do we have the new logo anyway? No, as multi-stranded. Okay, very good. In terms of form, structure, and I would say the storytelling, especially chapter 3, Once Upon Time, really does take the show in a new direction. Listen, mate. That's not good news, right? Every time you said you're going to take the show in a new direction, that new direction was to coin a colloquial expression, down the shitter. Okay, it wasn't very good, right? Now, if you're saying your new direction, the key say Russell Davis is going to take the show in the bold new direction, back to being popular. If that's back to being good. But no, then the rules we had a good 8 months ago, now more, was that episode 3 was incomprehensible. But the same rumor said episode 1 was really, really bad. I can't agree with that, okay? I think episode 1 was... Halloween Apocalypse was, up until episode 2, the best episode Chibnall had done by a long way. Even though there's a lot of stupidity in it. It's very ambitious, and it credits the audience with sophisticated and intelligence. That means it's going to be unintelligible, right? I mean, look, it's not like you credited the audience with sophistication and intelligence thus far. Right, I mean, like, what? Were you crediting the audience with sophisticated intelligence when you had the entire Sontaran war fleet go to sleep simultaneously, to get their probic vent probe, and thus allowing an attack from the Doctor and some inferior forces to be successful? There's so many things. Yeah, no, you never. I don't think you can credit people with sophisticated intelligence if you do not possess sophistication and intelligence. And listen, I've seen everything you've done. And I haven't seen any sophistication and intelligence. I've seen, you can save planets or you can wreck them. That was neither sophisticated nor intelligent, right? As was the rest of the run. Just boys have boy babies and girls have girl babies. Remember that piece of idiocy? Yeah, that was neither sophisticated nor intelligent. We always do. No, you don't, of course. No. I haven't seen any sophistication or intelligence on display in any of your era up until now, right? I mean, it's so weird. People just say lies to you that you know are a lie, right? Like the American government said the pullout they did from Afghanistan was a complete success. Yeah, no, it was a massive failure. That's just objectively. I understand. So we always do. We always say they have sophisticated intelligence. But with this, it's very much asking you to trust the show. We don't. Okay. Here's the thing. They're acting like they're like Tennant is at the top of his game. That they're beloved. You're reviled. I think you just got to, smell the coffee. Accept the reality. You are not doing good, right? I mean, again, granted, this season, marked improvement. Marked improvement. Still not good. You still got Jodie Whittaker. I don't know what to tell you. Still got Chris Chibnall. I don't know what to tell you. Not everything is given to you in the moment. What, you mean like you teased the Timeless Children for 2 years and then it turned out to be shit? Really? And how did these scraps of cloth on the second episode know about the Timeless Child and talk to the Doc? It was just stupid. It wasn't sophisticated or intelligent. No. As with a lot of TV now, it credits the audience with a degree of patience. No, it's not crediting the audience. It's you abusing the streaming model, right? So the way you don't put everything in one episode, but it really hasn't worked out well. I don't think you're good at using this. Although this is what they should have done from the beginning. Do like a 6-part connected story, because it allows them to cover up the deficiencies in their writing, which they have a lot of, which is fine. Okay, if you can't improve, then hide. I think it's good. Not going to know quite what's going on. I'm seeing episode 4 as a ratings implosion, right? Is this the one where, it's not doing good with ratings right now. Is this the one where it really goes off the rails, right? It really totally goes off the rails. So saying, yeah, the third episode is like very, very connected to everything. Is that fine? But we haven't seen Dan in period makeup yet. Listen, dude, you're on a stage or something. Unless you're impersonating Bane, there's no need to be wearing a mask. Okay, if you're socially distanced and jabbed, there's no need to wear a bloody mask when you're on the stage presenting it. You just look like a twat. Okay, stop. And listen, this is not me saying anti-vaxxer. No. I'm jabbed 3 times. You should have a choice, right? Rather than be false. But start with this stupidity again. You know what I hate about this era of Doctor Who? It's crushing. It's a crushingly conformist era, right? You just gotta do whatever the power tells you to do. I've always liked the Doctor being anti-authoritarian, right? That's just who I am. By the way, this is the character who was zapped by a weeping angel in a very good scene in the first episode, probably the best scene. And you see they're in like 60s makeup and stuff and costume there, so clearly they got sent back to the 60s. So it's gonna be interesting. Fine. So yeah, again, there's a lot that's not bad in it. You couldn't tell this particular story with this particular structure in any other season, Doctor. You could do whatever you want. You're in charge, Chibnall. This is Chibnall talking, right? You get to choose because you could say we're going to do a 6-part connected story. Really, what they should have done in season 11, based on the quality of this, they should have done either 2 5-part connected stories, and then you could have a season break in the middle, or they could have done a 6-part story and a 4-part story. And I think it would. I think we've seen from Broadchurch, which is his greatest hit. That's his sweet spot, right? That's his sweet spot in storytelling. I mean, you think the shape of the theatre to give us a very different type of storytelling, and it's really helping you. So when Quiff did the script, I was blown away. I get a feeling that somebody was blowing somebody there, right? And that's how a lot of this crap happens. This is a form of storytelling you haven't done before, blah, 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 blah. It's going to be like Marvel, a streaming service, blah, blah. So, let me talk a little bit to Azur Salim. Yeah, mate, yeah. I'm sure that name didn't help get you your job, right? I'm sure you would have got that job if your name was John Smith. Right, of course. If anybody's not realizing, that's called sarcasm. He makes his directing debut on episodes 3, 5, and 6. So we're seeing his first one this Sunday, right? And I say episodes 1 and 2, the direction, excellent, right? I mean, really, really, really good. Was it James Manning? I can't remember who it is. He says it's a massive jigsaw puzzle, and all he's done. I've done a short project called film called Project Artichoke. About it that deals with things with strands, and he said, well, you should know that. And then he says this is similar to Cloud Atlas, both the book and the novel. No, it's not, because Cloud Atlas, again, I hate to tell you, is what I like to call sophisticated and intelligent. Two things that the Jodie Whittaker era have never, ever, ever been able to say before. Say about themselves. See, this is what about making the thumbnail before you do the video. I think I've got to change the thumbnail now to make it say something different. Right? I got to say, is Doctor Who gives a Flux about to go off the rails? I think that's a more compelling headline. Yeah. A strand ran through my episode is a strand ran through this. I think this is Azum, whatever his name, Salim. Is the Doctor's journey of self-discovery, delving in a place she's never been before, and coming up against that which she's never experienced, which is really interesting. So, timeless children. It's okay. I think they've lulled you into a full sense of security, and they are leaning into pure shit. I think this week we're going to have a lot to talk about, right? I think we're going to have a lot to talk about. The serialized nature of Flux means the cliffhangers are also back with a bang. Well, again, if you have a cliffhanger with Jodie Whittaker, they're really bad. One of the rumors that we're going to find out is true or not. By the way, the rumor that got disproved was episode 5, the rumor was like the day after yesterday, and the real title has been released. It's called The Survivors of the Flux, I think. Survivors of the Storm, Survivors of the Swarm, Survivors of the Flux. I can't remember. That for me doesn't disprove these rumors yet. I mean, they could just change the episode title. They sound kind of similar. Look, the real rumor is that the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, is the daughter of Swarm, the evil, the scenery-chewing villain who's so freaking good. Oh, man. This villain is, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, is he good or is it just good in comparison, right, with what we see? I think he's legitimately good. Sounds real? I think he's legitimately good in this. He's got this, like, playfulness about it. It's like playful detachment. Yeah, what can I say? I think it's a canny piece of casting, right? And I just get the feeling that somebody else is helping with the writing, right? On those, like, it's done. I just get that feeling. It feels quite different, but also very traditional. It's funny with anything you do, Doctor. So here's the thing: the cliffhangers were replaced by the cold opening, which Chibnall got rid of, right? But that like, I mean, the archetypal one would be. What's that one? The David Tennant Rose episode, The Impossible Planet, where they arrive on the Bowie station. No, it wasn't Bowie station. It was that they arrived on this station, and then you see the Ood for the first time. Said, "We must feed, and you get the screaming, and that's the cliffhanger, right? That's your cliffhanger moment. By taking out the cold opening, you lost that. Now they put the cliffhanger back in, at least in War of the Sontarans. And it was a great cliffhanger, right? At the beginning, going in with a cold opening, right? It was they turn up in the Crimea War, whatever, and they go and meet Mary Seiko, and they see who they're fighting. It's not Russians, it's Sontarans. Great cliffhanger, right? That's the cliffhanger. And then the cliffhanger to the end of episode 2 was Yaz about to be zapped with lots of time. I'm like, okay, baby, that's fine by me. You can get it with a industrial cattle prod for all I care. This is not an endorsement for violence, of course. It feels quite different. It's funny. You do it. Anything you do on Doctor Who, usually, where is it? Usually, usually somehow that's an echo of the present. In there. First, I'm going up with Doctor blah blah blah. Cliffhangers, like he's in the doof. Yes, cliffhangers are a good idea, right? Oh, God, fine. Blah 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 blah. And I wasn't quoting Greta Thunberg. So chapter 4 is called Village of the Angels. Fine. I think I broke that on my stream. When I say broke it, I was looking at IMDb and it said chapter 4, Village of the Angels. I'm like, okay, well, there you go. Co-wrote with Maxine Alderton. Not good news. She's not good. And she was who was the person who was rumored to be taking over as showrunner. She did the Villa of the boring Mary Shelley one with the Cybermen. Like, had Mary Shelley had Cybermen, it was still boring. The Haunting of Villa Dildo, right? It was so shit. It was just bad. And I'm sorry. Look, Discovery of Witches. It's her other thing, is it? Also shit. It's just look. There's masculinity and femininity, right? I know they want to say they're interchangeable. They're not. Maxine is feminine. Her writing is feminine. Now that could be interesting, Doctor Who, right? It could be, but you got to understand, even with a female lead, it's still a masculine role and a masculine show with a mainly masculine audience. I mean, it was like an 80% in the classic, 80-90%. Now it's like 60% male. Probably more. Well, probably not 60% anything more. But it's because they lost 75% of their viewers, right? We've been in conversation about episodes and ideas for a long time. We had endless conversations. I didn't realize this was Chibnall speaking. We've been in conversation about episodes and ideas for a long time. I said, Maxine, anything you say is going to be good because you're a girl and you've been oppressed. So I can't say anything bad to you because I'm a white man and white men are bad. I just kind of read that into that. So it doesn't actually say that here. Max, stop doing that. There we go. We had a conversation on Zoom. God, People talking about a Zoom meeting. What's more boring than talking about Zoom meetings? That's just Chibnall all over. He's not an interesting person. She did drafting, I did drafting, it became a very organic process. See, the boy won't write her. She gets Doctor Who. No, she doesn't. I've seen her Doctor Who. No, she doesn't. She gets the Doctor. No one on your production team gets the Doctor, okay? Nobody has turned around and said, why is Jodie Whittaker playing her as a moronic conformist, right? That doesn't sound very Doctor Who-y to me. No, nobody in the production team gets it. And she loves the horror stuff, says I do. Okay, whatever. Then Jodie Whittaker comes and says, Weeping Angels are terrifying. Oh, you worked that out by yourself, darling. Usually things are more scary once they're on screen. Oh, no, see, I'm going in between Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall. It's the end of the universe. Usually things are more scary once they've been on screen. Ooh, when they added all the special effects and the computer bits. Ooh, it's all scary. It's not using scary actors in here because it's not really there. It's just green screen. Ooh, but the Weeping Angels, they're not green screen. They're really there and they're very scary. Okay, darling, please. This is why I don't read interviews by actors because they're morons. If you exterminate by Dalek, it's instant, isn't it? And same with another because blah blah blah. You're not scared of what's the Sontarans because they like Dan Stark and Johnny Watson. I saw them take off their head. They're not really aliens at all. No. Yeah, we know that. Believing us are always scary. There's no in between. They play on my mind, darling. That doesn't give them a lot to play with. Look at this. Like, dude, you don't look cool, okay? You want to see somebody who, especially with a crappy car in the background, you want somebody who looks cool, right? Look at Jane Tranter and whatever her name is from Bad Wolf when they put out their publicity. Julie Gardner and Jane Tranter. They look super smoking hot, right? So they look cool. You look like a twat, mate. And I don't say that as a compliment. And also this, like, I'm Yaz, I can do freaking anything, me, stunning and brave. Like, God, you know, if you're so freaking awesome, then I don't understand why do you even need the Doctor? I need something to scissor with. I've always wanted Jodie's Doctor to meet the Weeping Angel ever since we began, says Yaz. Oh no, says Chris. God, it's hard. I've always wanted the Doctor to meet the Weeping Angels because Weeping Angels, unlike anything we've done, have been very, very, very successful. So I think if we put something very, very, very successful with something very, very, very not successful, maybe we'll have something a little bit successful. Maybe. I know that's your plan. We've been running ideas for a long time, so then we thought we'll do exactly what we've seen them do before. I was on season 5 with Stephen Moffat, yeah, but you were on a leash then. And was Wedding Angel 2-parter, The Time of Angels and Flesh of Stone, awesome. I remember I kept the conversation with him where he was at his wit's end. He was saying, I'm trying to have a chase sequence with something that doesn't move. Well, you worked out how to do it, okay? It's fair enough. Fine, so that's chapter 4. It says, I've discovered you can beat up Icky Thump! I've discovered anyone can beat me in a blinking competition. Darling, anyone can beat you in any competition, okay? Including acting. Including a competition of being the first female Doctor. Anybody can beat you in any competition. There was a scene where the three of us were required to keep an eye on the angels. The way we choreographed it so no one blinked, it was farcical in so many ways. I believe you. I believe you. I really love working with the old monsters, says Madigan. They're not old monsters, for God's sake. They're from, how old are they? 12 years old? No, so Tara's the old monster, you stupid. Oh, God. The stupidity just hurt me. It really does. It makes you feel like you're really part of the show. Yeah, that's why I hate it. To speak what other people have experienced. No one's experienced what you've experienced, darling. No one's seen this before. And the Weeping Angels all come up front. People are always say they're one of the best monsters. I've watched them, and the scariest ones. I want to... Okay, so this is the person you said that was the bestest ever, the monsters you want to meet. We did a night shift, of course. It was me and John's character, Dan. It was scary and dark and cold, which I think helps the atmosphere. I can't wait to see those scenes. Okay, we'll be seeing more of Yaz stepping up and taking charge. It's gonna go off the rails. Oh my god, this is like everything you don't want to hear. I think she's developed naturally. She hasn't developed naturally at all. Did nothing. Then Graham says you're the bestest ever. Then the beginning of second season, her policeman boss says you're the bestest ever. The nothing. And then about 7-8 episodes in, you found out she had mental health problems because she was bullied because she was a Muslim living amongst a majority Muslim community. So, you know, there's that. And it happened instantly. There's nothing natural about it. It's been a really smooth transition, darling. Honestly, I think you get a smoother transition if you ask one's a spouse or a significant other after several years of intimate bliss with them, if they would like to go to have an anal three-way. Right? Yeah, I think that way you're going to get a more smoother transition to get your ass kicked out the bloody house. Okay. Everything she does so much looking clueless. Does Jodie? I like the doggy. Okay, I like the doggy. Stupid, but I like the doggy. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm kind of ashamed. The doggy is the Doctor Who version of Cinnabon. Cinnabon is a baked pastry good that you have to eat in deep shame. That's just the correct way of eating it. If you think about it, if I was to have to stay in Sheffield and been a police officer, why weren't you? I would have known what was happening on the streets and the ins and outs of the job. Why? Why do you think you wouldn't be shit at this job? You know why you think you wouldn't be shit at it? Because it already tells you you're stunning and brave and brilliant at everything. You're not, okay? You are not stunning and brave and brilliant at everything. You are reasonably shit at everything. That's why I just don't think it's fair to, like, pretend people are, like, essentially, this is somebody who's grown up with a participation trophy. And they think everything they've done is great, right? And essentially that's what's happening in space. She knows how it works in space. She knows first it's not space. Ooh, we're going to space. Oh god. She knows her position in the team. She's Jodie's love thing. She's learning constantly. Ooh, yeah. There's two ways you learn constantly. If you're a smart person who has a sponge for information, or if you're a vacant moron that doesn't know anything. You decide which one Yaz is, and by extension, Bandit. So by the time we get the adventures, she's seen so much. I quite like she's got to this place where she's just miserable with Jodie in the first two episodes. They're always arguing. Jodie's always screwing up, and they are miserable lovers, right? Miserable lovers. She has ability to make the right call before the doctor sometimes. Well, that's not hard with this doctor, right? Who's a moron, right? Why are you excited about that? So to then have someone like Dan who's slightly hanging on our coattails brings a wonderful energy because you're not really hit over the head by three people fighting for space in the room. More often than not, it's Dan and Yaz together. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Of course, this year's not just the TARDIS crew. Okay, now they're just going over. They talk about Vinda for a bit. Like, oh god, look at this. Twat of the year! Da-da-da! Matt Stevens. The doggy. I like the doggy. Remember how they talked about how important Vinda was? Please. Again, my dog could have bloody played Vinda. So it wraps up here where, again, you want to read the full article, get this issue of Doctor Who magazine. We're really conscious of the fact that because COVID, we're not making 10 episodes. COVID saved your ass, mate, okay? COVID saved your ass. How bad did you screw up? Ross Lee Davis had to come and save you. As Chris. So each episode of the Flux to feel like a dildo up your ass? No. Double espresso, slot Doctor Who. I wish you had that freaking attitude in 2017 when you're making season 11. Right? I wish you had that attitude. But no, you had the attitude is like, Jonah's stunning and brave and we've broken the glass ceiling. I've done all the hard work now. Now all the icky white men are going to go and the stunning and brave young girls and people of colour are all going to come and just adore her. Oh, come let us adore her. Oh, come let us adore her. I can't remember the chorus of it. But that's basically it. That's what he thought would happen. And then he had his ass handed to him. Format this season, and the theory has really helped create that intensity. Again, this is your strength. With the Doctor confronted by many of her most dangerous enemies, the series draws to a shattering conclusion. It's all part of a bold strategy that began with the casting of the first female Doctor. Oh, really? She was the first female? You never noticed. No, you never mentioned it at all. We always knew we were where we were going with the end of Dodie's second season. Well, you said you knew where they were going with everything from the beginning. Right? Listen. I think season 12 looked like a massive handbrake turn trying to course correct from the massive mistake you made on season 11. Season 13 seems exactly the same from season. Although, I think next week, Sunday, we are seeing the Timeless Children come front and center. I'm really intrigued to see what happens to the discourse in fandom, right? I think it's going to implode. Secondly, and that's why Future Doom will slap bang in the middle of her era. Having set up the situation, having set the situation, Joe's third season was always going to be about playing in that sandbox. I like to play in the sandbox. I like to take all my clothes off and roll around the sandbox. And sometimes I find a bit of dog pee in there, and the sands will come together, and I rub it into my chest. And I shouldn't say that. Oh no, Chips, you should keep that to yourself, mate. Keep it to yourself. Take the bug out your mouth, mate. Chris is staying tight-lipped about the moment of events unfolding in Chapter 6, but hints already our typically fearless approach. Oh, yeah, you certainly weren't scared of failure. That's for sure, were you? This has so much untapped potential. Why not try and work on the tap potential, right? There's so many ways, things you can do with it. Like, yeah, exactly. You could destroy it. You have to take risks. Well, yeah, I guess that's your philosophy. So listen. You took your risk. And now you look like a schmuck. Okay, that was your risk, right? You took your risk. You look like a schmuck. Congratulations. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Oh, by the way, I think I'm dropping this on Saturday. Do join me, 5 o'clock UK time, when we're doing a live stream. That was the week where we're going to cover the news that I missed this week because I was too busy talking about Doctor Who too much. Spoiler warning, I'm probably just going to be talking about Doctor Who too much again. Okay, that's probably going to happen. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.